are behind, that they want 20. The president said in their ideal world, 30% of kids will be educated by traditional public schools. Why this matters is because 4 people on this board have Creed money. That same we want to work with you. We want this bond to pass. But if those 4 people also are willing to vote yes on school closures, that is a huge conflict of interest and will put the bond in jeopardy. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Evelyn Loya, and I am a student at the University of Texas at El Paso, studying education, as well as an alumni from Lamar Elementary. I currently have 2 siblings who attended Lamar. Elaine Loya is in 3rd grade, and Asai Loya in 5th grade. All my siblings have attended Lamar as well, and now the next generation gets to see how great of a school this is. I am not a parent, but I still like to be involved with their education, be over what is going on in our community, and the well-being of the students at this school. Furthermore, teaching with an abundance of students in a classroom would sever the connection needed to be everlasting and impactful teacher. This is one of the issues that we should be thinking about when trying to transfer the students to a campus where teachers already have 20 students per classroom. Why not just leave these students there who are already familiarized with the campus staff and peers? These are issues the school district has not acknowledged and continues to ignore. This school still has so much potential and can become an even greater school if given the chance. I was fortunate enough to be pushed and motivated to always do my best, and thanks to that, I stand here in front of you, telling you that I am part of this community and will not stand with the closing of Lamar. So I ask you if you could please open your heart and mind to all of these students. You are the change, we all are. So can we please not make Lamar change schools for the better of our next generation? Thank you, board members, for listening, and the community for being here.
Good evening. My name is Clarissa Reyes, and I'm here to express that I do not support the closure of our elementary schools. In particular, when the claim is made that the district does not have enough money to support or repair them. In your annual official budget for 2024-25 posted online, you show anticipating to spend $38 million on DDR. And in 2023-24 budget, you showed $65 million allocated for DDR. Also, according to the DDR dashboard online, the cost to correct Hillside with inflation was just $13 million. So, if my math is mathing, you could have corrected 5.5 Hillsides instead of spending that money on DDR. According to a report on El Paso Matters, Hillside Elementary is not being closed. It's being spared for now from closure just because the plan is to take in Bliss students while their new school is built. Then after you use our community, our school, and our resources, you will turn around and shut down our school when you have no other use for us. But I would like to remind you that Hillside is not there to serve the district, it's there to serve students. So let the school serve the community, and instead of spending resources elsewhere, invest them in the schools you have neglected for decades.
Samuel Schulte, Maricela Sanchez, and Cheryl Avila.
Superintendent Sayavela, Board President Obaldi, and board members, thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Sam Schulte, and I'm a small business partner and father of Caitlin and Ian, who are at Hartley and Hillside Elementary, where Ian just got perfect attendance for the second 9 weeks of school. I hope that it has been clear to both board members and district staff that Hillside represents an institution that makes me proud of my community and grateful to have a local school where my children have the opportunity to excel. Familiar as young as I am, and we all are with EPISD's difficult history, I believe that staying in our neighborhood here in El Paso, where my family lives and where I've chosen to make my home, means that Ian and Caitlin have a richer experience of the world, something I don't want to sacrifice to moving to someplace like Dallas or Phoenix. I want to choose EPISD. I want to choose El Paso. Crucially, that choice isn't just about some kind of sentimental attachment to a building. A community school like Hillside is a disappearing resource across the United States and especially in Texas. Making the most out of that resource, being able to use what we have here in El Paso is crucial. We cannot accept a diminishment of our city, a diminishment of our community, when we can use those resources effectively with good work. Taking the work that we've done here to bring dialogue to you, doing the work that it would take to solarize the schools and find proper financing, doing the real work that's been happening and that we've been seeing it through the DDR process as the district has gotten better from an unacceptable first meeting to a quality third one. Now is the time to vote no so that real dialogue can happen and we can achieve good change for our children. Thank you very much.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Marisela y hoy presto la voz a mis niños en la familia.
Vamos a traducir lo que estás diciendo en inglés también, so un momentito.
Good evening, my name is Marisela. I am the voice of my family, specifically el Lamar School.
Puedes hablar en el sí, sí.
En específico de la escuela Lamar. Los estudiantes de Lamar son felices. Su aceptación es del 94%.
The students in Lamar, they're very happy. The acceptance is 94%.
De las escuelas sugeridas, el promedio es un 72%.
From all the suggested schools, the average is 72%.
La participación de los padres de Lamar es de un 75%.
The participation of the parents is about 75%.
Y de otras escuelas es el 26%.
And in other schools, it's 26%.
Es decir, que tenemos una escuela feliz, una escuela con la mayor tasa de participación de padres.
Therefore, we have a happy school with a very high participation rate from parents.
En lugar de querer llevar un estándar y decir que debemos de permanecer cerrados,
Instead of following standard and saying that we have to stay closed,
preocuparnos por estadísticas absurdas o proyecciones a 10 años,
and worried about absurd statistics or something that's going to happen in the next 10 years,
no revisan las buenas cosas de esta pequeña escuela
you don't review the good things from this school
para implementar en otras escuelas.
to be implemented in all the schools.
Tenemos un mejor aprovechamiento que otras escuelas hermanas.
We have a better approach than other sister schools.
Estamos en una lista para cerrar, no por descuido de la comunidad de padres, tutores o maestros.
We are in a list of schools to be closed, not because of parents, teachers, or tutors.
Es porque el distrito pensó en mejorar otras escuelas y no en nosotros.
It's because the district thought about other schools rather than in our school.
La MARC es una escuela que cumple con las expectativas de la comunidad de padres y maestros.
Lamar is a school that fulfills the expectations of parents and teachers,
Y más importante, para los estudiantes.
and more important, for all the students.
Mesa directiva, en ustedes está ser los héroes de nuestros niños o los monstruos debajo de la cama.
You are the ones that will be the heroes or the monsters on their children's bed.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Superintendent Saavedra. My name is Cheryl Avila. I am a Rust parent. My 3 children have attended Rust School from my oldest son to 19 years old to my middle son, 12 years old, and now my youngest daughter, 6 years old. My oldest son had ADHD while attending RUSC, and the teachers as well as staff were very supportive of him. They held meetings to help improve his skills to help better his future, and for that we are so grateful for RUSC. My daughter attended another school previously, which was one of your newer schools with big windows, in which she was singled out and treated poorly. But here at Rush, she is welcomed with the compassion and love, and we are so grateful, and this is one of the reasons why we don't want the schools to be closed. Another reason is I have a concern on the DDR meetings. They were not explained thoroughly for Spanish-speaking community. My mother-in-law only speaks Spanish, and it seemed to be as of an inconvenience to translate for her when she was asking questions, as well as other parents who were not getting answers. Many of us parents had no clue and feel as though we are being railroaded with this matter. So I am here to ask you, Trustee Jack Leverage, to please hear the plea of myself as well as these parents and the 1,500 people that already signed this petition. Please vote no. Thank you.
Stephen White, Mary Melendez, and Leonor Arcos.
Trustees, thank you. My name is Harry Stephen White. I'm a dad and artist here in El Paso, Texas. I am from Isabel's district. I went to Sunrise Mountain when it was Lee Elementary, McGoffin Middle School, Canyon Hills Middle School as well, and I graduated from Urban High School. I am a longtime Northeaster, and that area represents me. I have been very lucky to attend several of the DDR meetings and talk to parents from all over the schools in question. I've seen the principals and teachers get rounds of applause because they're such pillars of the community. Some of you have been at those meetings as well as seeing how much families love the staff and faculty at their schools. These are special relationships that the families have, and these closures will hurt those very same relationships. I'm very glad to see that the changes have been reduced, but this is means more consideration and time is necessary. Over the last few months, local organizations and community leaders have implored that you not go ahead with this closure process, that you spend time listening to the community and allowing the equity audit to give its finding. This process hasn't been as transparent as y'all have stated, as you made it out to be, I should say. Just last week, I spoke to two parents who me flying them was the first time they found out their schools might be closing.
That's not right.
That's not right.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mary Melendez, and I'm a parent, homeowner, and a former EPISD graduate and a voter. I am upset about the transportation issue with the school closing. I am one of many faces contrary to your data. This is real life. I had both my parents working to support our family, and I had to walk myself to school. This making it dangerous because there are no signs, sidewalks, lights, or crossing guards forcing children to walk in the busy streets and not having safe routes. With all the traffic and lots of accidents, this puts everyone at risk. Also, with the increased numbers of children waiting for the bus, my son was one of those left for 1 hour to wait in the hot sun. This makes me think of others that will be forced to do this with no guaranteed times and facing the hot, cold, and raining weather. There is no shelters out there, and there's no bus monitors or anyone on the bus to monitor them. With the increased numbers, this will be a problem. When the new students start the school year, who will stop the crying child left at the bus stop from walking into heavy traffic? No one can tell me about any plans to address this issue. All I was told was we'll figure it out. This is your responsibility as a board to solve before any school is closed. with no money to pay for this till the bond passes, I will not vote to pass the bond until this is resolved.
Thank you.
How you doing? My name is Leonard Arcos, and I'm a business owner. I pay my taxes, and I'm here to speak for the communities. None of you know what it is like to live in those areas. I read all your bios. None of you have lived in the ghetto, as you call it. I have, and I became successful because schools like this that you want to close made me the way I am. You guys just want to sit there and look down on your computers. I've been watching you guys. You want us to be respectful to you, but then you want to look at your monitors. You don't want to listen? Got it. If you don't want us to listen to what you want to say, then don't get elected. That's the bottom line. Communities pay taxes just like you. These communities might want to be successful. They might want to own businesses just like some of you own businesses. Give them that opportunity. Don't take that away from them. You want people to come over here and spend money in this community? Give them that chance. Don't take the schools. That's all I got to say.
Speakers will be Maria Rodriguez, Norma de la Rosa, and Gabriela Marcelo. Maria Rodriguez, Norma de la Rosa.
Good afternoon, Mr. Adolvani, members of the board, Ms. Ibev, and I'm Norma De La Rosa, President of El Paso Teachers Association. EPTA stands in unity with the National AFT's message calling for a moratorium on mass school closings. We understand these are tough times, but it cannot be at the expense of students, especially students from low-income neighborhoods. EPISD has made one too many mistakes. It took a federal lawsuit from the last round of school closures to prove you wrong. We will continue to unite and work with parent and community groups, especially on the basic right of children to attend a high-quality public school in their neighborhoods. Mass school closures is not the answer to solving issues of deficit. We understand that at some point in time the decision has to be made to close a school. But for today and now, a moratorium on mass school closings in EPISD. Thank you.
My Trustees Hanani's article in the El Paso Matters is riddled with untruths and counterfeit social justice. In the article, she says, closing schools like Lamar leaves a void in communities and uproots students. The anticipated cost savings from closures have been elusive. There's no evidence. Trustee Hanani's claim that closing Lamar uproots communities ignores reality. Lamar operates at 27% capacity, serving 255 students in a building designed for 1,000. This isn't a vibrant community school. It's a depleted one. You say that there's zero evidence that this will save money, but have you considered the cost of not addressing these issues? Keeping this building open means that we're exposing children to a failing roof, outdated plumbing, evaporated coolers that are long past their prime. You're not promoting equity, you're promoting neglect. In the Trustees, Not in My Current Neighborhood manifesto, she goes on to say that Lamar Elementary is a high-performing school. However, the trustee does not want you to know that the school is projected to have a barely passing score of 73 in 2024. The real betrayal isn't closing Lamar. It's leaving children in a school that is failing them both academically and physically. Lastly, let me be clear. Waiting around to know my 7-year-old's sexual orientation through this equity audit will not inform you what's already in front of you. Please create an equitable learning environment for all students, regardless of their economic background. Closing Lamar will provide this achievement. These students need solutions now, not delays. Pushing this off is not equity, it is injustice. Thank you.
Next three speakers will be Gabriela Marcelo, Max Grossman, and Marcos Munoz. Oh.
I am Gabriela Marcelo and I just go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay.
I am a taxpayer with a child in EPISD. Here are the facts. 1, the state has not increased its per-student allotment since 2019, while charter schools are eating your lunch. 2, in the last 9 years, student enrollment has declined 24% to a level not seen since the 1960s, yet the number of employees has declined by only 14%. 3, you will face a $32 million budget shortfall in FY 2026 and another $45 million in FY 2027. This is not sustainable. We cannot pretend the money is there when it is not. The alternative to making tough decisions is insolvency, followed by a TEA takeover. Just ask SISD. They're $100 million in the red and under TEA control. We all remember what it was like when D. Margo was put in charge of EPISD. And I do not want to go back to that. You, our elected leaders, are facing a major budgetary crisis and are under immense pressure. This is the moment when you must show courageous leadership in order to prevent financial calamity and ensure the success of EPISD into the future. These are tough decisions, okay? You are the one with the balance sheet in front of you. You were elected to make these tough decisions. I understand the pressure that you are under. This is really extraordinary, okay? Nobody likes closures. The alternative is worse. Thank you.
Good evening, Superintendent Sarvera and board members. My name is Marcos Munoz. I teach math at Jefferson High School. I studied math at MIT and teaching at Stanford before coming back home to El Paso. As a teacher, I must be asked about 10,000 questions a day, from what are we doing today, to can I use the restroom, to what homework, to what happened to your hair,